Alright, let's take a look at our footage here. It's going to come to us from Wisconsin, USA, August 2016. Look at this object. It has like no shape. It just seems to be some kind of organic material. It has a light right in the center. There's a plane over there in the background flying by. Very interesting. It's rotating and it's moving slowly, and according to the source there was no noise, but you can definitely hear the insects in the background. No idea what this thing is. Let's take a closer look at this, zoomed in. Yeah, there's definitely no set shape to it. There's that light or that glow right in the center of the object. Very interesting for sure. There's the plane again in the background. Well, anyway guys, there's the footage. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. We'll be bringing you these videos as soon as we get them. And we will talk to you soon. Alright, let's take a look at our footage here. Man, this is crazy. Look at this thing. There go a couple of birds. It almost seems to be I don't know, I'm just looking at this thing going, this is pretty crazy. It's shooting out, slowing it down here. So there's definitely some kind of smoke screen, something coming out of it. Looks like there's a light right behind it. There go a couple of birds. And this object seems to be rectangular in shape. But yeah, this is very interesting footage over here, to say the least. No idea what this is. We're working on getting a location right now. We're just going to say unknown location. Here's an extreme close-up of this footage. And it does come to us August 2016. It is very recent. We just received this, but nonetheless, this is just crazy. Anyway guys, there's the footage. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. We'll be bringing you these videos as soon as we get them, and we'll talk to you soon. Alright, let's take a look at our first clip here. It comes to us from Florida, USA, August 2016. There you go, a couple of birds. Whoa, that bird was really close. And just moved away, it looked like at the last second. And judging by the looks of this area, it's obviously swampland. Could be the glades. We don't have an exact location, but this object definitely, it could be military. It has lights at the bottom. If you look closely as it turns, it's spinning. There goes the bird, and at the last second it looks like it just moved over. Very interesting. But yeah, this once again comes to us from Florida, USA, August 2016. Let's take an extreme close-up of this. And it is a little bit blurry because we had to zoom in on it a lot, but you can definitely see the lights over there. It doesn't seem to have a definite shape. Obviously it's circular in nature, and it is rotating, so that's the footage, guys. We have two more, we believe, of this exact same object to show you, so stay tuned. Alright, here's our second clip of the footage. Seems to be moving faster in this one. This footage comes to us from Detroit Zoo, August 2016. Looks like there's a plane flying up above. But yeah, it definitely seems to be the same object. Let's slow this clip down over here. You can see, I think this is the polar bear exhibit. There's that plane again on top, and then here is the object. You can definitely see it closer. There's not as much grain as the last footage, but look at the lights at the bottom of this thing. Excellent, this is great. Definitely could be military, could be a drone. Not sure, but you know, this is all taken within the same month. Here's an extreme close-up of the object. And it does seem a little bit blurry, but you can definitely tell there's something going on. There's lights at the bottom, and it is kind of hard to distinguish what the shape is, but definitely a UFO. And at the Detroit Zoo. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, guys. We have one more clip to show you of what we believe to be this same object. Stay tuned. Alright, here we go. Here's a third and final clip. This comes to us from obviously an airport inside the plane. They're on the runway getting ready to take off, August 2016. And we do not have an exact location on this airport, but we were just told not to reveal it. We know what the exact location is, but the source is kind of worried about it getting out. But here's the footage. Definitely shadow on the ground. Seems to be the same object that was seen in the last two clips. Here it is, slowed down, zoomed in. You see the lights in the bottom. This thing is moving, so it's moving at a pretty steady pace. There were more than one person obviously that witnessed this. We are trying to get some footage. There were two more clips. Apparently there were two more people that captured this, but we are not able to get it right now. We are trying to negotiate a deal to get the other two clips, and as soon as we do get it, we'll put it up on UFO Sightings, or we'll do another video here on YouTube. So don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, guys. We bring you these videos as soon as we get them, and we will talk to you soon. Alright, let's take a look at our clip here. It comes to us from Ohio, USA, August 2016. This was taken at a mall. And check this thing out. It just stops suddenly. It's like it quite possibly could be a drone, but doesn't seem to be any fans on it. There are some pointy objects on it. It looks like it's circular in motion, but the movement's really off on this. The problem is that you don't hear a drone noise, so this might be some kind of new model or something like that. There was no noise, as you heard in the original video. It's just silent. Let's take an extreme close-up of this object. Once again, this comes to us from Ohio, USA, August 2016. And yeah, there's the footage. We do have more footage. We'll be uploading that pretty soon, most probably on UFOsightings.com. But here's the main stuff over here. So don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, and we'll talk to you soon. Alright, let's take a look at our footage here. This comes to us from the countryside of Wisconsin, the farmlands. Look at this. This is a still image of this object here. This thing is huge. And then here we go. We have some live footage of this object, obviously in the farmlands. Look at this thing. It's reportedly huge. I mean, it was huge in size. Here's another picture that they took of it. This one's clearer than the first one. There's a lot less grain, but look at this object. Very interesting. Look at the bottom of it. We've never seen anything like it. Here's the footage again. And we went ahead and slowed this thing down. And look at it. It's just moving. And yeah, I mean, this is just excellent footage. It comes to us from Wisconsin, in the outskirts and the farmlands. And anyway, guys, there's the footage. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. We'll be bringing you these videos as soon as we get them. We'll talk to you soon. Alright, let's take a look at our clip here. It comes to us from the United Kingdom, September 2016. And this object was reportedly huge, possibly a mothership. Look at this. There definitely seems to be some kind of glowing energy on it. Some kind of panels that are illuminating. Lights. There's grooves in the object. It looks to be a spherical object, but there's definitely some grooves in it. Let's slow this thing down and take a little closer look. This is very interesting. Unfortunately, we don't have anything in this image to compare the size to. We're just going by what the source said. There were actually 3 people. Here's an extreme close-up of it, but you can just definitely tell it was rotating and moving from side to side. and apparently there was no noise. Very interesting. Once again, guys, this comes to us from the United Kingdom, September 2016. We will be trying to get more information on this as soon as we get it. We'll most probably upload it to UFOsightings.com. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Alright, here we go. We have got some excellent footage for you this time around. This is compiled. We got this clip here from 1970. Take a look at this object. And this is obviously taken from inside a plane. Must have been a high-end camera used. You just saw the original footage, square pixel footage. And now we're going to go ahead and do our thing and enhance it a little bit for you. Zooming in on this object. It seems to be clear. Very interesting. I mean, this is great footage for coming from the 1970s. Like we said, it must have been, what they're saying is that it was a film crew that was actually traveling that captured this. So they actually had the footage in the plane. Here's an extreme close-up of this. Look at that. I mean, as you can tell from the footage, it is see-through. This object, translucent perhaps. I mean, just excellent. We do have 2 more clips of this exact UFO to show you. So guys, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. And we're gonna get to the next 2 right now. Alright, let's get into our second clip here. This one comes to us from Chicago, USA, August 2016. And look at this. There's a plane in the background, but this thing is glowing over here. Not sure if it was made of the same material as the last one. It seems to have a blue tint. Let's go ahead and slow down the footage here and zoom in a little bit. As you can tell, there's some birds flying by and an airliner in the background. But there you go, you see this thing. Here's the object. It's definitely the same shape, but this time it's like glowing, and it seems to be glowing white. But the material, I don't know if it's just you know, it is translucent, it seems, so maybe it's just the reflection. It's just you know, changes the color. Here we go, extreme close-up. We paused it when it was flashing, so there it is. This is great footage, guys. Once again, it comes to us from Chicago, USA, August 2016. Here's the original clip again. We do have 1 more clip to show you, so don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. And yeah, this is just excellent stuff over here. We'll get you the last clip now. Alright, here is our 3rd clip. It comes to us from New Orleans, USA in August 2016. Look at that. Look at this jet is chasing it. And yeah, footage cuts off right there. We do have a couple more clips that the source is sending us to. Look at that. That thing's doing a barrel roll. So not sure if it's engaging it or just checking it out. Obviously nothing's been fired, so you know, it might not be a hostile situation. Maybe it's just, you know, it's a test flight or something like that. But check out the material on this object. It's definitely the same shape, but like we said, it's translucent. Maybe it's just trying to, you know, mimic its surroundings. Here's the footage. Here's a close-up. And what the sources told us, we did, from the download that he sent us, the 2nd and the 3rd clip did not come through properly, so we're waiting for a resend on it. But apparently the rest of the footage, it is not a hostile situation. So, but nonetheless, guys, there is the footage. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. We'll be bringing you these clips as soon as we get them. We'll talk to you soon. Alright, let's take a look at our footage over here. It comes to us from Las Vegas, September 2016. Obviously at the airport. The source was inside the plane as they're getting ready to either take off or land. And you can tell, here's the object. You can tell there's a shadow on the ground. This definitely could be a drone, but if you look at the size of it, it is huge, because there's a truck right underneath, and you can tell this thing is about 3 to 4 times the size of the truck down there. Very interesting. There's an oil tanker, and you can kind of get the size of this. This is definitely the length of that oil tanker. Interesting footage. Obviously this is at the airport. Let's zoom in on this object, just take an extreme close-up. It could be a drone, but if it is, it's huge. So definitely, you know, possibility there. Here's the footage again. Guys, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. We will bring you these videos as soon as we get them, and we will talk to you soon. Have a good one. Alright, let's take a look at our first clip here. It's going to come to us from Germany, September 2016. Looks like it might have been taken at a water park or something like that. There's a fountain, and look at this object. It was apparently huge according to the source. It looks like there's some definite heat distortion coming in at the bottom of the object. The center seems to be white, but the outside look like they're translucent, see-through, made with some kind of wire material. There goes a bird on top over there. But very interesting footage over here. Let's take a close-up with this object over here, and when you look at it, you can definitely tell that the whites are center and the outside looks like some kind of wire mesh see-through. Very interesting footage over here. And this comes to us from Germany, September 2016. But we do have one more clip to show you guys. We believe it is the same object, so stay tuned. Alright, as promised, here is our second clip. It comes to us from Michigan, USA, September 2016. And look at this object. We believe it is the exact same object. If you look at it, the center seems to be white and the outsides seem to be see-through, some kind of wire material. It definitely could be a drone. The video is not a still image. As you can tell, the flag's moving. This is a slowed down version. We're zooming in a little bit for you. But very interesting. I mean, it definitely seems to be the same object that we saw in the last video that we just showed you. This thing, like we said, could definitely be a drone. It was taken in Michigan, USA, September 2016. Let's zoom in on this object. Here's an extreme close-up. There you can tell the center is white and the outside looks like some kind of wired material, translucent material, see-through material. Excellent footage here, guys. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. We will be bringing you these videos as soon as we get them. And we'll talk to you soon. Have a good one. Alright, let's take a look at our footage over here. It comes to us from Ohio, USA, September 2016. And check this thing out. Definitely looks like a circular shaped object. Looks like there might be some kind of force field or something, some kind of energy around it. It's moving pretty slow and it's rotating slowly. Very interesting footage over here. As you can tell, this happened in a residential area. Looking at the house. This footage is slowed down. And let's take an extreme close-up of this object. Here it is. Definitely looks like some kind of force field or something around it. No idea what kind of material or the actual shape, what it is. It looks like it might have some ridges, but it's rotating slowly for sure. But anyway, guys, here's the footage. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. We'll be bringing you these videos as soon as we get them, and we'll talk to you soon. Alright, let's take a look at our video here. Man, I hate these videos. Look at this thing. What the heck is going on? So apparently this was taken in September 2016. Judging by the actual video, might be a little bit earlier, but this is what the source is telling us. Look at this. This is the craziest thing ever. There's a light coming from top, so there must be some kind of object, possibly a UFO up there, and this thing is supposedly going up into it. Here's an extreme close-up. Look at this. This has to be the weirdest, craziest thing I've ever seen. Alright guys, sorry, I just don't, this is just insane. But there's the video. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. We bring you these clips as soon as we get them. We'll talk to you soon. Alright, let's take a look at our footage here. It comes to us from Troy, Michigan, September 2016. Look at this object. Looks like it's lit up. There's a bunch of lights. Cameraman's having a hard time zooming in, focusing on it. Here we go. Obviously it was taken near this Somerset Inn. Could possibly be a little bit older than the date stated here, but this is when we received it, September 2016. This could be a possible drone, but we have not seen anything like it. Here's the extreme close-up. Definitely looks like there's some kind of lights around it. Spherical in nature. But yeah, so we have one more clip of this. It was actually captured at night too, so we'll be showing you that soon. But this is definitely a UFO for sure. Alright guys, as promised, here's the second clip. This one comes to us from Warren, Michigan, September 2016. And we believe this is the exact same object. If you look over there, you'll see the lights. And definitely this is excellent footage here. You can see there's a flag in the background, not too windy. And so where this was taken, it was not too far away from the original sighting, which was in Troy, Michigan. So approximately about 15 miles of each other. So this is excellent footage over here. And we don't know what's going on, but multiple sightings in the same state and within 15 miles. Here's an extreme close-up. Check it out. There is some grain on this. Obviously, it's at night, so you're going to get some noise and some grain. Goes along with the territory, but there's cars moving in the back. So anyway guys, there is the footage. We're going to have to say proof positive UFO. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, and we'll talk to you soon. Alright guys, here we go. Ohio, USA, September 2016. Look at this. Drones, perhaps. Multiple UFO sightings. 3 seem to be leaving the pack. I'm going to start zooming in and slowing it down over here. Looks like there are 6 in play right now. And the front 3 are leaving, or moving faster than the other 3. Very interesting. We actually have 4 clips of this, believe it or not. So we're looking at this and we have no idea. It's just a clone of UFOs, I guess. Here's an extreme close-up. Once again, we're talking about Ohio, USA, September 2016. Very, very interesting. When we show you, look at this. Look at that. I mean, this is unbelievable. but we literally have 3 more clips of this to show you. Alright guys, here's our second clip coming to us from Michigan, USA, September 2016. Obviously at a Myers plant, but look at this. It looks to be the pack. There's a bunch of birds just flying by. It looks to be the pack of the second. And the first one we saw 6. And the first 3 were, you know, they sped up faster than these other 3. But here you go. Look at all of these birds over here. Anyway, this comes to us from Michigan, USA, September 2016. We're slowing this thing down. Cameraman's shaking a little bit. Obviously, you know, it's expected when this is going on. Look at that. You see that white light thing going past there. But anyway, here's our second clip. Here's an extreme close-up. Definitely 6. Drones, UFOs, whatever you want to call it. Multiple objects sighted over here. Quite possibly and or definitely the same as what we saw in the last clip. Just a little bit closer, zoomed up. And yes, we do have 2 more clips to show you of what we believe to be this object. Stay tuned. Alright guys, here we go. Here's a third clip. Comes to us from Florida, USA, September 2016. Here's possibly the first 3 that were separated. In the original clip we did see 6, and we did see 3 objects moving faster, and possibly these are the 3 that were moving ahead of the pack. Once again, this comes to us from Florida, USA, September 2016. No idea what actually these things are. It's some shaky footage here with some grain, as to be expected, but definitely possibly some drones. And or, well, it's a UFO for sure. There's nothing like this out there. I mean, even if we do say drones, let's get it straight, right? You talk about drones, you talk about things that are flying around and, you know, getting footage, whatever. They're drones with propellers and things like that. There's nothing like this. It's like, I don't know, circular shaped objects, but, and it's reflecting the environment. So anyway, this is definitely crazy. We have 1 more clip to show you. And here we go, guys. This is why we saved this one for the last. Las Vegas. Holy shit. Okay, so this guy's in a plane. He's taking this. You see this? It's coming in for a landing, and these things are right there, right outside the window. How would you feel? Me personally, I would start to wonder. Slow motion, look at this. Obviously the first 3 that were separated from the 6-pack, if I had to guess, but this is just crazy. I mean, you know, you're seeing this like I do. They don't show me these clips, they just say, hey, you know, here's what it is, and you extreme close up. Look at this. Look at it. It's reflecting the environment. This is just awesome footage. I mean, you know, when you talk about UFOs, this is what you want. But then you go, well, okay, great, we have it now. And then what happens now? Well, anyway, guys, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, and review these videos as soon as we get it. Talk to you soon. Alright, let's take a look at our footage here. It comes to us from Wisconsin, USA, September 2016. Look at that. Looked like it shot out some kind of light. There it goes, right behind the trees over there. Oh, this is crazy. Slow down the footage over here. There it is, there's that light. Shoots out a light there for a second, it looks like. And it's not rotating at this point, but then as it goes off to the right, it starts rotating. Looks like there's some kind of force field on it. There it goes behind the trees. That's crazy. Here's an extreme close-up of the footage. Wow. Yeah, there's that light. Some kind of tractor beam light or something like that. And here's the footage again, guys. Crazy. If you look at the minivan on the right, the guy turns around because he actually saw this. We're trying to get an interview with him right now. Anyway, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. We'll be bringing you these videos as soon as we get them. Alright, let's take a look at our footage over here. It comes to us from Illinois, USA, September 2016. I'm just trying to analyze this UFO over here. This is crazy. Looks like there's two lights and then some kind of material. You can tell it's kind of trying to, I think it's trying to reflect its area. And then the center possibly could be some kind of white metal. And it's definitely looks like it's putting off some heat because you can tell it's getting distorted. This is a complex object, whatever it is. Judging by the size of the trucks down there and the cars, it's at least the size of a car. Here's the extreme close-up. There is some grain on this footage, but this is just absolutely crazy. Well, anyway, guys, there's the footage. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. We'll be bringing you these videos as soon as we get them, and we'll talk to you soon. Introducing the best UFO sightings book by UFO Sightings. Download your copy now at iUFOsightings.com.